Salut tout le monde! Aujourd'hui, Jen is knitting for Jen Does Things. Today, what Jen is knitting is a scarf with a lovely Celtic braid pattern. It's a Christmas present for a friend. Found it online. I'll find it again and link in the description. What I've done is take the stitch pattern, which is worked across 24 stitches, and then added a 2-stitch garter border on each side, and it's getting pretty respectable, like getting close to done on this one, which is good. I've only got 3 more projects to do. See, the problem with this pattern is that it's really simple, but it does require some, like, you have to pay attention. Like, it's not hard, it's just something that you gotta kind of watch what you're doing. Figured I would talk about today just how I got into knitting, because it's kind of, I think it's kind of an interesting story. Most people are like, oh yeah, my grandma or my aunt or my mom taught me when I was a kid and all of that. Well, I didn't have that. When I was about 12, I randomly had the desire to learn how to knit. Reading was still is my thing, but back then it was really my thing. I was reading constantly all the time, and most of the things that I had suddenly decided that I wanted to learn how to do, I came to this conclusion from like some character in a book doing it. Like I went vegetarian for a little while in middle school because the main character from Meg Cabot's The Princess Diaries was a vegetarian. But I don't remember specifically what book made me decide to learn how to knit. I wish I did so that I could share that with you, because clearly it was very influential and has changed my life dramatically. Not dramatically, but it has given me a great hobby that I love. But no one that I knew how to knit. My grandma crochets. Actually, the blanket in the background, my grandma made that for me. And I do know how to crochet as well, but that's not what I wanted to learn. I wanted to learn how to knit. We had a set of encyclopedias, and I found an entry in one of these encyclopedias for a basic knit stitch, like how to cast on, how to bind off, and how to do a basic garter stitch. I got a couple of number 2 pencils that were sharpened, and I don't know where I got the yarn, learned how to do that stitch, and it's just something that has stuck with me, or that I have stuck with over the years. I was learning how to knit, and I think it explained how to do how to do a knit and a purl stitch. I didn't figure out the purl stitch at that point. It took me a little longer. I eventually got the purl stitch down. I learned how to do cables, which is what I'm using here. Learned how to do lace patterns. At one point I did think about selling my knitting. I was kind of trying to do that, and I've had friends that have been like, you need to start an Etsy shop and everything, but I don't know, man, because that's a lot of effort. I love knitting. It's very relaxing. I can just sit and binge watch YouTube videos or Netflix or whatever. It's mostly YouTube videos lately. But I can just do that, and I can knit and work on stuff, and I feel like I'm being productive while also having fun. Anytime that I do these Jen Does Things with the knitting, I'm sure I will do more. I don't really intend to explain how to do things. If people are interested on, hey, this cool thing that you're doing with this pattern or whatever, how do you do that? Are there tutorials for stitches? If people want to know, I can definitely point you in the right direction for that. If anybody wants to know, I can totally give you that, since I'm a giving person, which is why I'm making all of these presents for people. If I said anything interesting that you liked, let me know about it in the comments. Check out the blog, Strictly Personal Business. There's actually a post going up today along with this video talking about the Christmas knitting and how I planned it out using Trello and all of that. And if you like this video, go check that out. My writing is actually better than my talking, so come visit me. Later.